Hey guys, welcome back to AIR Reptile Rescue. As you guys can see, I still have Trooper out. Uh, he is what we call a citrus bearded dragon. That's what we're leaning towards for his morph or breed of bearded dragon. Uh, but we're gonna do this video series on the bearded dragon since I have him. Um, the very first thing that I want to mention is why they're called bearded dragons and their fun facts. It's gonna be our first video, guys. It's gonna be amazing information and some fun things to know about these guys. Now, bearded dragons got their names from their beard or the underside of their throat, which would be from the tip of their chin right by the bottom of their mouth all the way down to their throat area. Is like a beard, kind of like mine. It's all like puffed out, you know. Now, whenever these guys get stressed or upset, or they feel threatened by a predator, what they'll do is I'm going to try to get him to lift his head up a little bit. There you go, buddy. You're okay. Now, if you guys look underneath his chin here, his chin is black. And that area is his beard right here. Now, whenever they're feeling really stressed, actually, he's falling asleep while I do that. But right there in that area, it'll turn black from their natural colorations of their skin. As you guys can see, he fell asleep from me petting his chin. And then they will puff out their beard. And one of the things about it is if they get really angry at you, what they'll do is these little spikes on the side of their beards, whenever they puff it out, it's kind of just like a pufferfish to where they become like nice and hard, and they'll thrash that head to the side, and they will poke you with those, and they hurt. Now if they're feeling threatened or they're trying to get away from you, what they'll do is they'll use this tail. A lot of people look at it and go, oh, that tail isn't that strong. Let that thing whip you, and it's gonna hurt. I have been whipped by bearded dragons, by iguanas. I have been tail whipped by almost every lizard that uses their tail as a defense. These guys use their tails, and it does sting. It hurts pretty bad, so just keep that in mind. If you guys are looking at a bearded dragon, they're great, great pets. They really are. But remember, they feel threatened or something, they are going to use that tail, and they're going to let you know, hey, I don't want to mess with. If they do that, then just let them be. Are you going to puff out your beard? No? Okay. Daddy thought you were trying to puff out your beard. Oh, no, you're giving kisses. Well, hello to you, too. As you guys can see, he's kind of sticking out that tongue a little bit. Which is a good sign for me. That's the first time he's actually doing that, which is showing me that he's more relaxed. But he has no reason not to be relaxed with me. He's in great hands. A lot better care than what he was in, so I'm pretty excited. You're showing some comfort now, huh? You're happy. Alright, so this next fact, guys. Now, this right here, for the kids, I want to kind of get into what this fact really means. What this fact is about is they are semi-arboreal, which means, kids, that they do like to climb. So get them lots of branches and stuff like that they can climb on, or even like just different things they can just climb on, really. They like bushes. Now, one of the things with him is whenever I'm holding him, he loves to climb up my chest and up my shirt. His nails hurt, but it's well worth it because he's happy. But semi-arboreal means that they do like to climb, but they also like to be in the low-lying area and also like to be on the floor of their terrarium. So give them some area to climb on, but also give them room to be able to move around on the floor of their enclosure so that it's not always up off the floor. These guys are pretty resilient and pretty, my baby, and pretty chill, and they like to be on the bottom. But if you do put them up on like a branch or something in their enclosure, put it towards their basking side so they can get close to that heat. Whenever they're wanting to bask underneath the lights and stuff, they want to be closer to the heat as they can get. There are actually 8 species of bearded dragon. You have your normals, you have your citrus, but there's 8 different types of bearded dragon. Smokey, don't you get on my counter. In all honesty, a lot of people will look at bearded dragons and be like, okay, they came from desert. Because yes, they are a desert-dwelling reptile. But they come from the deserts of Australia. Nope, he got excited whenever I said that. Come here. Come here, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, you gonna climb? Okay. You see how he's wanting to climb and he's wanting to move a little bit? See, now he's back to being comfortable again. Because I'm holding him up kind of high. I'm making sure that extra hand is available to catch him if he goes to move. But as you guys can see, he loves being up in a higher position. There we go. All right, come on. Parents, I do not recommend for a very young child this being the very first pet, due to the fact that if you notice how quickly he moves, there's going to be a fact in here that's going to make you actually understand more of how quickly these guys can move. These guys are fast, especially for a reptile. But let's get back to this part. Like I said, they are actually coming from the deserts of Australia. As Steve Irwin would have said, as you guys know, the crocodile hunter from Australia. Crikey! Yes, I am a huge fan of his. I used to love watching his shows and learning about different reptiles and stuff like that, and learning about the wildlife. Rest in peace, Steve. You're missed. Your shows are missed. These guys can live more than 10 years with the proper care. Like I said, he is about 5 or 6 years old. From the knowledge that we were able to obtain before receiving him. So we're not sure how much longer he's got because he wasn't properly cared for, but we're hoping that with the proper care that we're going to give him, the proper setup and everything else, that he is going to be taken care of. Honestly, with him being 5 or 6 years old, he should be bigger than this. He's honestly the size of a juvenile, unfortunately. So it's unfortunate that he had stunted growth because he didn't have the proper vitamins and everything else that he needed to grow. But you know what? He's with us now. He'll live out the rest of his life here at the rescue. So anybody wondering, no, he's not for adoption. I had to clarify that on my Facebook. He is definitely not up for adoption, guys. I can't let him go. Mainly because he's been through so much, I don't want him to keep on bouncing from home to home and have to reacclimate to a new area or to new handling. But yeah, we'll talk about the proper care in the next video is daily care requirements, then the proper handling and all that. We'll speak throughout the videos on different stuff that's the proper way to care for them and handle them. But bearded dragons are what's called omnivores. Apparently my dog just passed gas and Amber's like about ready to gag. It's okay. But omnivores means that they like eating insects, vegetables, and fruits. My little buddy here, as you guys can see, he's actually fallen asleep. He's pretty chilled out and relaxed enough now that he's fallen asleep on me. But he loves his mealworms. I drop a couple mealworms in his bowl, and I promise you, he darts across his enclosure, jumps onto the edge of his bowl, and literally will start going to town on mealworms. With his body weight, with me trying to get it up, I'm going to be actually bumping up his mealworm intake to try to get his body weight up and get him back with the nutrients that he needs. That, and he loves chasing the crickets around the enclosure. I know, kind of weird that they would chase their food, but they will. Now with these guys, they're active during the day. With him, he's not really active too much because he's so weak from being neglected. But we're working on it. He has been a little bit more active and a little bit more moving around during the day, which I'm very happy to see. Which means he is coming around. But they're not nocturnal like most of your reptiles. These guys are awake during the day and sleep at night. Now this next fact is what I wanted to talk to the parents about. You noticed how quickly he was moving across my hands and towards the middle of the video and stuff like that. Now, bearded dragons can run up to 9 miles an hour. These guys are pretty fast. I can't even run 9 miles an hour. I can barely run 5 miles an hour, but that's because I'm so out of shape and have COPD now. So, yeah, these guys can run pretty quick. So if a bearded dragon was in the wild and I tried catching it, I doubt I'm going to catch it. Because it's going to run a lot faster than I can catch it. Not just that. What's really unique about these guys, one of the scientific facts of these guys in the wild, which I think is pretty unique and really adorable to watch, is these guys can run on 2 legs. What they will do is they will raise up the front of their body and they will use their back legs and run at full speed. It's really, really adorable to watch. If you guys ever get the chance, look up bearded dragon running on 2 legs. It is probably the cutest thing you're going to see for a dragon. Now, these guys can swim, and they do have teeth. So whenever they bite you, it's kind of painful, but it's not that bad. It's more or less the surprise that, hey, you bit me.
It's more or less a paper cut.
Yeah, it's like a paper cut. Not that bad at all. And I don't really think it's painful, but that's because I've been bitten by every reptile you can think of, except for venomous ones. And honestly, I have a high threshold for pain, so it doesn't really bother me any. It's more or less the surprise that it happened. But with their teeth, even if their teeth get damaged or they lose their teeth will grow back. Unlike your snake species that I've talked about before, how if they lose a tooth or if their teeth break, they develop what's called mouth rot. These guys can get it if it has an infection in the tooth, but their teeth do grow back. So they're not going to just starve themselves. They're going to keep eating, but that tooth will grow back. So if they do lose a tooth, or you'll never notice it because they usually either swallow it or it's so tiny you can't really see it. But if they do lose a tooth, it will grow back. If they break a tooth, it's going to be a little bit painful for them, just like if you broke a tooth. But they'll grow in that new one, and it'll help them. So don't worry, guys, if they do start showing a little bit of pain in the mouth to where they're trying to eat and they're having a little bit of trouble. They'll get their food down. Trust me, they're very, very keen on eating. But if it's a broken tooth or something like that, it'll grow back. Bearded dragons, once they are tamed down, they're actually the most easygoing and relaxed reptile in the reptile world. As you guys can see, look at how he is. Trooper is all chilled out. He's relaxing on Dad. I'm moving around too much and it kind of disturbed me just now. And he's wanting to try to prove me wrong. But once he relaxes again, there he goes. But you see how chilled out he is? He's chilled. He's relaxed. I'm supporting his butt. I'm supporting his head. And he's relaxed. He's chilling out. He'll probably fall back to sleep in a minute. But whenever they're properly handled and properly tamed down, they're one of the best reptiles to own. Bearded dragons actually enjoy spending time with their owners. Once you get them tamed down and pretty chilled out like this little guy is, they actually love to spend time. I actually have a friend of mine who has a bearded dragon, and my friend actually said that her bearded dragon will actually sit up on its hind with its tail tucked underneath it on the couch next to her and watch movies and just chill out. I also have a young lady that helped find her next bearded dragon on Facebook, and she said that she chills out with her and just hangs out with the family. She's really, really good. She loves her husband more, but they rescued her, and yeah, she said that she's pretty chilled out. She loves to be on the couch and loves to relax and everything. They let her get free roam of the house. With me, I have dogs that are too curious, especially a new puppy, so I can't really let Lil Man run around. But honestly, if I was to let him run around, he'd probably climb up my couch and sit on the back of it. Or he would chill on my chest and just lay there. So, we're going to wrap up this video, guys. There's one more fact that I want to mention before I close this out, though. And this is going to involve their enclosures, and what sizes to get them. Like with Trooper here, like I said, he's the size of a juvenile. Honestly, I'm actually going to upgrade his enclosure to a bigger one, due to the fact that I want him in the biggest and the best enclosure he can be in, even though he's not going to grow any bigger. But with Trooper, he's been in the 20-gallon all his life, unfortunately, which is just too small. Now, juveniles, someone his size, can live in a 20-gallon, from baby to a juvenile. But it's recommended the largest enclosure is 40 gallons, even for a juvenile, because of the fact that gives them the proper room to grow and move. Adults are 40 or larger. I always say go big or go home. The biggest I can actually provide for these guys is going to be a 40, to where it's not going to take up too much real estate in the apartment. So he's going to be upgraded to a 40 next to the other bearded dragon that we're going to be getting. And, yeah, he's going to be nice and happy and chilled out and have the biggest enclosure that he's ever had in his life. And he's probably going to love every minute of it. So, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for welcoming our babies into the family. Especially this little guy. Yes, we're wrapping up the video, dude. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you to my 14 subscribers so far. Hopefully we get more. I appreciate you guys for your continued support. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below in the comment section. Make sure it's age appropriate. I cannot stress that enough, guys. There are children that watch my channel. Please keep it age appropriate. I had a young man that came up. I mean, I call him a young man because I feel that he's mature. He's starting to mature and everything. He was only about 13 or 14, and I asked him, I said, hey, do you watch YouTube? He was like, no, Mom won't let me. And I told Mom, I said, do you mind if I give you guys the name of my reptile page and of my YouTube channel so that he can watch? Because he wants to learn about reptiles. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. I told her that it's all age appropriate. I said, if you see something that is not age appropriate, please let me know, and I will correct the issue. So honestly, she started letting her son watch videos now, because of the fact that she's wanting him to learn about reptiles just in case he ever wants to get one. And that makes me feel good to know that that a parent can entrust me to educate her child. So thank you, ma'am, for letting your son watch these videos. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support. And thank you for trusting me to keep this age appropriate for your son. So anyone out there that wants to comment, make it age appropriate. Do not forget, I will report to Facebook if you're not age appropriate. I meant to YouTube if you're not age appropriate on your comments. And I will block you from commenting. I don't want to do that to people. I want you to have that freedom of speech. But if it's not age appropriate and it's not appropriate for my children to watch or to see, you will not be allowed to comment. I won't block you from watching the videos. I can't do that. But I can block you from commenting on my videos. So please keep it age appropriate for the children. If you can't comment below, if there's been an issue, because YouTube's been having a few updates and stuff like that and bugs they've been having to fix, go to my Facebook page, AIR Reptile Rescue. I'm more than happy to answer any questions or comments there. So we're going to wrap it up, guys. Happy holidays from AIR. Here in South Louisiana, we're having a really bad rainstorm right now. I know a bunch of y'all are probably going, yeah, you're having rain, but we're having really bad snow. Guys, I'm jealous. I want to be back where it's snowing. I love the cold. But we're having a really good rainstorm right now. With lightning, possible tornadoes going to be in the area soon. So don't worry, we're going to be safe. You guys stay safe out there. Happy holidays. And don't forget, don't drink and drive. Please. I was almost killed as a kid by a drunk driver. So please don't drink and drive. If you do drink, leave your keys with somebody that's responsible that can drive you home. Or call a taxi. Or call the police department. They'll usually give you a free ride to the house so that you're safe. A lot of police departments do offer it. Y'all be safe for the holidays. Thank you so much for your support again. And we'll see you guys in the next video, which will actually be your daily care requirements for your bearded dragon. I know, I hit you with a piece of paper. I'm Dowie. Bye, guys. We'll talk to you soon.